Hey everybody, welcome to another Roll and Move movie review. Today we're going to talk about the new James Bond movie, Spectre. In this newest installment of the franchise, Bond finds out about this secret, shadowy, almost anti-MI6 organization that has been orchestrating all of the events of the past couple movies, basically all the reboot Daniel Craig movies. And he has to get to the bottom of it, find out what's going on, who's behind it, what they're trying to do. And of course along the way there's cars and there's girls and all kinds of James Bond stuff because it's a James Bond movie. Now, to give you my opinion on this film, I have to go back a little bit because I'm in that minority of people who really don't like Daniel Craig as James Bond. I'll go back even one step further. I don't like the fact that somebody in charge of James Bond movies just watched The Bourne Identity and was like, yeah, we're just going to do all of that. But I don't like the direction they've taken overall in these new films. I always thought Bond was best when it was fun and almost silly and exciting, and he was kind of winking at the camera and just saying, hey, what should I do next? With Craig, there's always just been this joylessness and this seriousness that's just prevailed over everything he's done as the character. He almost reminds me of like your dad as James Bond. Like, we have very serious spy work to do, and if I hear any goofing off or horsing around back there, I will turn this Aston Martin around and we will go home right now. That's always who Daniel Craig has been to me as James Bond. Now, that said, this is probably my favorite performance of his in the series, but he's still, after 3 movies, he's still, you know, mopey over Vespa. And let's talk about that for a minute. I mean, isn't that what killed, like 30 or 40 years ago, what killed the George Lansby James Bond? The fact that they got him too emotionally tied to a woman, and you had to watch him grieve her death, and people almost universally were like, whoa, that's just too much. We don't want to watch James Bond do that. But again, here, you know, the 4th movie of him being mopey over her and, you know, learning more about his childhood. And this is another direction they've gone that I can't blame Daniel Craig for, is I just don't want to know that much personally about James Bond. I mean, James Bond is not a close personal friend that you talk to about his marriage problems or the trouble he's having at work. James Bond is a high school buddy who you don't know much about what's going on in their lives anymore because you don't talk about it. But he comes into town once every 3 or 4 years, you go out and you have a great time, and he leaves, and you have that awesome memory of what you did together. That's who James Bond should be. Don't give me all this personal business about James Bond. I don't want to get that close to him. I want him to be that cool, suave, bulletproof spy that nothing phases. That's who James Bond should be. But again, you get that in this movie, and I'm not a big fan of it. If you've liked the direction these movies have gone in, then you'll probably enjoy the continuation of it here. If not, then it probably won't be your favorite Bond movie. The reason I wanted to see this movie was because of Christoph Waltz playing the villain. And now, I don't know if I can talk about who he plays. I went into the film not knowing too much about anything about the movie. So when they revealed who he was, it was a surprise to me, and they played it out like a big reveal. But then I went online, everybody's just talking about it, and it's out there like it's not a surprise. So I'll err on the risk of not revealing any spoilers, but there is a reveal over who he is, and if you go on IMDb, you'll know what's going on. That being said, I really want to see him in the movie because I love Christoph Waltz. He plays awesome characters in movies like Inglourious Basterds. And you take that guy, that actor, and you make him a Bond villain, and to me that's just a marriage made in heaven. I think, you know, you just have so much potential there for a lot of cool stuff. And I gotta say, I walked away disappointed. He didn't bring that usual energy that he does to his characters, or that excitement. And the character was just kind of bland. You could have had any actor play that part, and it basically would have been the same thing. There would have been nothing, you know, there was nothing great about it. It wasn't like Inglourious Basterds or Django Unchained or the characters he played in those movies. There just wasn't that. I wasn't happy with it. As far as the kind of villain he was, again, his personality was bland, very run-of-the-mill plot. He was a very cookie-cutter Bond villain. Nothing exciting there. So that really let me down. I wasn't too happy about that. The rest of the cast was okay. The Bond girl plays the Bond girl. Nothing groundbreaking there. Dave Bautista's in as a secondary villain, and they were very wise not to give him too much dialogue. I think he has like 1 line, and that was smart because he could do what he does best, just stand there and look intimidating, as long as you don't show that belly button tattoo, because that kind of ruins the mystique. But he did what he does well. The action was okay. A lot more, you know, just ripping off Jason Bourne in close quarters fighting, chase scenes, just standard Bond fare. Nothing new, nothing you haven't seen before. It wasn't bad, but you know, if you've seen a lot of these movies, or just a lot of action movies in general, it's nothing that's going to be too exciting. The plot was a very generic James Bond plot: evil villain, evil organization, worldwide plot of destruction and they have to solve it. So again, it wasn't terrible. I'd give it 2 out of 4 stars probably. Probably my favorite Daniel Craig James Bond movie, but like I said, that's not saying much. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching this Roll and Move movie review. Leave me a comment, tell me what you thought about the review and what you think about Spectre. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page. That way you'll get all our great content, movie reviews, board game reviews, all the cool stuff we have coming out. So we'll see you soon guys. Thanks a lot.